Sure, Smash slams together characters and stages from the breadth of the video game industry, but let's not fixate too hard on the excellent gameplay, wide-ranging game modes, or amiibo support and subsequent obsessive collecting. Nope, we're gonna pay some much-needed attention to the music, because holy Moses did they do a fantastic job with some of the remixes in this game. From the depths of time, direct to your ears, here's the top 5 Super Smash Bros. Remixes, starting with the lowest tech instruments on the soundtrack. Just a shamisen and a shakuhachi flute. It's apparently all you need. Sure, the original instrumentation was fairly simple on the Game Boy back in the day, but this version cuts it down to the bare minimum you need to accompany a marshmallow fighting a penguin. Or whatever they are. I'm all for alternate instrumentation classics, especially if that alternate happens to be off-the-wall things like arrays of floppy drives, music boxes, or in this case, traditional Japanese winds and strings. It's a very small ensemble sound in a game that seems to do nothing but expand its scope, which either makes it seem out of place or solidifies its uniqueness as a musical oddity. Unfortunately, it's not available natively on the boxing ring stage, so to stay true to the original Kirbys Dreamland, I had to splice it in after the fact. You're welcome. There are as many piano covers of Final Fantasy songs as there are Final Fantasy songs, but why can't Pokemon get that treatment? Just from the first couple bars, that iconic low rumble that precedes pretty much every Pokemon battle, it's an obvious fit. While the woodblocks and chiptune and accordion, I think, accompaniment can seem a bit odd in comparison, it's once this piece hits the bridge that we get the real meat of the performance. Cynthia's theme, putting that grand at center stage with just a hint of strings to flesh it out. Everyone always wants to change the Pokemon gameplay to freshen it up or tune it for an older audience or this, that, or the other. Here's the first and only change Pokemon needs. More piano. Done. Next. Outside of maybe Mona's Pizza, tracks in Smash don't really need the vocals. Never have, never will. But throw in a couple enthusiastic shouts into a remix of this 16-bit classic and you've got an interpretation you won't forget anytime soon. It's one of those cannot unhear moments. From now on, you're going to associate that haunting treble line with alternating flavors of trumpet and something much more squeezebox, and there's nothing you can do about it. What you can't mistake, though, is that flamenco guitar, especially during the bridge, where any pretense of Super Mario Bros. Leaves, and you're just as likely to be visited by the Sanbone Trio. How's that for nightmare fuel? Master difficulty represent. The track's so good, they used it for his reveal trailer. You could tell every musician in this stable was chomping at the bit to get their hands on some of Capcom's iconic pieces from the 80s, which accounts for the massive representation of the first through third Mega Man titles remixed for Smash Bros. So many that they had to give all the regular bosses a miss and pound together the title screen music and the first Dr. Wily theme for this track, which is fine by me. If you had to point a finger at the one Mega Man track that gained the most traction in derivative fan works, because let's be honest, that's basically what we're talking about here, I've got 110 million reasons it's this one. One of the great anthems of the 8-bit era, it's bolstered in this rendition by a grinding bass line, a bit of chiptune to flavor the treble area, and then some dramatic depth by the time we bring the strings in. It'd take a lot to outdo something like this, which is why there's only one track that can. Strap on your bib, Spanky. If you thought for a second I'd let a Smash Bros. Soundtrack go by without reminding you how much of a badass Motoi Sakuraba is, you're sorely mistaken. It starts by taking 3 tries just to get going. One a kind of hoity-toity, regal harpsichord take, then a big electric attempt at the same phrase, then apparently we've replaced Mr. Sakuraba with Guilty Gear's Daisuke Shuatari just to see if anyone notices. First time I listened to this track, I wondered if May was going to pop up as an assist trophy to hit Little Mac with a anchor. It alternates tempos as needed, it's not afraid to slow down and take a breather after rocking your face off. But trust me, you're going to feel this one in the morning. Then after a couple verses, Sakuraba takes off the mask and channels that Carl Sagan universe-beholding majesty, that galactic sound he refined in the Tales and Star Ocean series. All while 2 characters from the Kirby franchise are chasing each other through Pac-Land for whatever reason. I love this game.